I want to talk about my dreams and the goals in life that I had for a while. Because in 2017, I wanted to be a singer, and this was because of this singer that is originally from South Korea, but she lives in Australia, and her name is Dami Im. She's kind of underrated, but if you are familiar with Europe and the Eurovision Song Contest, she represented Australia in 2016 and actually came second place. And in 2017, I developed a celebrity crush on her. And it sounds a little bit lame because I thought I would never ever develop a celebrity crush. I thought that this only happens to girls who are fanboying over Justin Bieber or something. But I, as a man, apparently, fell in love with a celebrity. And it was a little bit painful because I could not meet her. She literally lives in Australia and I live in Europe. It's literally the other part of the world. But I was one day, maybe I can visit Australia. I can find her. She can give me an autograph. That is the least thing she can do. But I low-key wanted to marry her even though she was 13 years older than me. And then I found out she has a husband and I was no! And that's when I realized something. I low-key wanted to be like her. Imagine if there could be people that would have a celebrity crush on me, the same way I had a celebrity crush on her. Except, I would be a better celebrity. I would be more down to earth. I would track down all of my simps. I would give them all the autographs and stuff. I would be the super nicest celebrity ever. And that's where it all started. I wanted to sing in Eurovision Song Contest. I wanted to be a singer like her. But I was my singing is horrible. I will never become a singer. But she actually inspired me. Because she said in at least one interview that she also had those thoughts as a child that she wanted to sing but she felt she wasn't good enough. And she had her own singer role models. I believe it was the Carpenters. She wanted to be the Carpenters, but she thought she was not good enough, and so she practiced a lot. She tried to sing and record herself, and she hated her own voice when she was singing. And eventually she won the X Factor in Australia. And that was something I could relate to because I myself thought that I wasn't good enough, that my singing was horrible. In fact, my horrible singing was justified because I literally failed choir class when I graduated high school. My choir teacher went absolutely brutal on me. She told me that I sing horribly and stuff. And so I was I gotta practice. I decided to take private singing lessons with this one singer, this one rock musician from Pennsylvania. May he rest in peace. But I took a bunch of choir lessons from him. And I felt okay, now I can sing a little bit better. But here's the problem that I had. The thing is that if you look at the average age at when singers first become famous, you look at Justin Bieber, you look at Britney Spears, they literally had their breakthrough when they were literal teenagers. And most singers, like most musicians, they become famous when they are like 19, 20 or something. And I was getting older and older, and I had this like looming fear within me that perhaps it's too late for me at this point to become a singer, to become a celebrity. Maybe I am already past my prime and stuff. And I felt kind of worried. I felt like when you look at like people typically peak like in their early 20s, like when you are a celebrity, especially a singer, like you want to be attractive. Like this is I'm sorry if this is offensive, but you can look at like Susan Boyle and then like any famous pop singer right now. Like, I guess, what pop singers are there? Selena Gomez. I think we can all agree that Susan Boyle is a better singer. But who is more famous? The one that is more attractive. And so when you are a singer, you want to be as attractive as possible. And I kept thinking to myself, like, I will reach peak attractiveness when I am like 20. And then I will get old, I will develop wrinkles and stuff, and I don't want to be I don't want to have my entire career with wrinkles. If you look at like Swedish singers like Måns Zelmerlöw, like, yeah, he is good looking, he is handsome right now, but look at how much more handsome he was like when he first started out, like in his prime 20s. And I wanted to be like at my peak attractiveness when I would start out, because I thought that is when you can maximize your career and stuff. Like, nobody wants to watch an artist with wrinkles unless that artist with wrinkles became an already established artist when they did not have wrinkles, and they had built a fan base back then that is still following them now when they have wrinkles, like, you know. And so for a while I kind of gave up on that dream. I was like, I tried to apply for like the Swedish Idol, and I did not hear anything from them. And I was like, okay, maybe I really cannot sing. Maybe I am a horrible singer. And then I was like, I can become an actor instead, because after all, I am really passionate about entertainment, like especially movies and TV series, and I want to be in movies and TV series myself, so I want to be an actor. And I landed myself like gigs where I would be a background character, like an extra. And then I was like, maybe if I start a YouTube channel I will be famous, and that is one of the many reasons why I started this channel. But my dreams of wanting to sing, wanting to create music, were kind of dead for a while. Until very recently, because Måns Zelmerlöw did a thing. He made this new song called Revolution, and it was banger music. And I was like, I want to become like Måns Zelmerlöw. Which is why I decided that I am not giving up on my dreams just yet. But I was like, but what if I have already peaked with like attractiveness and I will become fucking ugly from now on? I will become old. I am way too old now to start my career as a singer. I am already like 23 years old, and most singers start their careers like before they even turn 20. But then I remembered a comment that I received on one of my previous YouTube videos that said something that I have very few masculine features and stuff, but I can become more attractive over time. And that is when I realized something. I realized that I, unlike most people on this planet, I am a late bloomer. I age slower than everyone else. My aging process is more behind, is more lagging. And so I am in my 20s right now. But apparently I don't look like I am in my 20s, because if I looked like someone who was in his 20s, I would have had quote-unquote masculine features. But apparently I don't look masculine. Apparently I look like a teenager. And I guess that is why I am chronically single, because women are not attracted to someone who looks underage unless they are pedophiles. And yes, when I was a teenager, I looked literally like a preschooler. I think those are photos of me when I was a teenager. But this means that since I am in my 20s right now and I look like a teenager, I have no masculine features. This means that when I reach my 30s, I will look like someone in their 20s. Most people, they don't age as slowly as I do, so when they reach their 30s, they develop wrinkles and stuff. But when I reach 30s, I will literally look like Måns Zelmerlöw in his prime. I will be an S-tier Giga Chad who is super attractive to a bunch of women when I will be 30, hopefully. And so, if I start my career way too late, that's okay, because I am not at my prime right now in my 20s. Most people peak in their 20s. I haven't peaked yet. I look like a fucking teenager right now. But I will peak when I will be in my 30s. But at the moment, meanwhile, I still have not peaked. Meanwhile, I still look like a horrible teenager. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do the hard grind. I'm gonna be on my grind set. So that once I reach my peak, I have something to show. I have something that I can show about myself. At that time, I will have already built an empire. And the hard work that I have done will finally give fruits. When I am in my 30s, that's when my hard work will pay off and I will be more attractive than right now. And that is when my career, whatever I decide to put my heart into, will hopefully skyrocket. And so right now, I have produced some music and I'm working on that. I'm working on an album called Garden. Like the saying goes, don't chase butterflies. Mend your own garden and butterflies will come, and if they don't come, you still have mended a beautiful garden. I am creating a music album called Garden, and this is a demo version. When I first started creating it, I was like, oh my god, it sounds so horrible! It sounds so fucking basic. Because I have imagined, like, I need you to know that some of the songs that I have produced are songs that I wanted to create ever since I wanted to be a singer, like back in 2017. It was songs that I was singing in the shower, singing in the bathroom, and I imagined myself like all the specific instruments that would play like in the background and stuff. And I just couldn't find the perfect instruments and the perfect melody in like the sample libraries that I had, because I am a broke college student. I cannot afford any of the professional music editing libraries and stuff. And so the songs that I have created now are kind of low quality. And the lyrics are stupid because I am not the best person in coming up with the song lyrics. And my singing is apparently not the best, but this is supposed to be demo. If those songs get recognized enough, maybe some agencies will tell me to work for them, and then they can provide me with the better tools and stuff, so that I can remaster my songs and make my songs actually sound good, and I can pull an NBA young boy and I can basically heavily edit my singing so that my horrible singing sounds good. Or maybe my music will be so horrible that it cannot be saved. If the latter is the case, then next year I will create music albums that will actually be good. And if that fails, if that turns out to be horrible, then I will quit. I will give up on my dreams. I will realize, yeah, people give you this toxic advice that never give up on your dreams, keep chasing your dreams. But I will realize that perhaps I just don't have what it takes to be a singer. Perhaps I am just not cut out to be a celebrity. I am not cut out to be like Dami Im or Måns Zelmerlöw. But this summer, I plan to release some of the songs from my upcoming album, Garden. And I want you to tell me if this is some good music, or downright horrible music, or something in between. And yes, the first song that I intend to release is called Longing for Love. I have already made a video which is, I believe, is now on my playlist, or maybe not. There is a video on my channel where I sing an acoustic version to that song, but my singing was horrible and the guitar was off key. It was not tuned properly. And yeah, the quality of my songs will still be garbage because it will have the cheapest music libraries, the cheapest tools, the cheapest sounding instruments. But remember, this is only a demo. It's not meant to be a final product. If people can hear the demo and be like, this can possibly be improved, then once I can afford it and stuff, I can remaster all of my songs and make them actually sound good. And if people think that the demo versions, there is no saving for them, then yeah, I will release a better album next year. And if that fails, then I will give up on my dreams and chase something that I actually have talent for.